Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are gonna discuss something about velocity. Okay, in our past video we actually discussed that why we see a object moving or at being at rest. Okay, so today we are actually going to be calculating the value of velocity, okay, which is actually denoted by v. Okay, it is a term v. So today we are gonna be calculating the mathematical term of velocity. Okay, so for that I think it can be described with an example. You are standing here, okay, at a position A. Suppose after a few time, what can be the time? Like any time, okay, so t, let the time be t. So after t time your position is at B. The distance you crossed between A to B is suppose S. Now look me, within a gap of t time you crossed a distance of S. So in 1 second, you will actually cross a point S by T, and this is actually your velocity. Okay, this is actually how we describe the velocity term. Okay, if you go from one place to another by traveling S distance in a T time, then in t time you cross s distance, or at 1 second, in 1 second you will cross s by t distance. So it is the distance you cross per second. Okay, so in an unit of second, so it is the term velocity, that v is equals to s divided by t, and the unit of velocity will be the unit of actually distance, meter, and the unit of time, which is second. So the total thing will be meter per second. Okay, it is the SI unit of velocity. But the thing may not be so simple in some cases. Okay, why I am saying it? Like suppose, okay, take another example. You are going one place to another. Okay, you are going one place to another. It takes a larger portion of time. Okay, it takes a larger portion of time. Now it is s distance. Now, you don't want to calculate your velocity with this larger portion of time. Rather, you want to decide your velocity at a certain moment of your motion. Okay? At a certain moment, like at this point. At this point, you need the certain this point's velocity. So, what would you do at this time? Okay? At this time, you look. You can take the distance between actually two small places here. Okay? Two small places. Suppose it is the whole way, and it is a place, it is another. From your uh, primary position, this distance can be said S1, and the larger one can be said S2. To run S1 time, you would take T1, and the S2 would take T2. Okay, the time you need to cross the distance, it is. So now you can say that you are crossing this small portion of distance in what time? The time would be obviously the time taken to cross the larger one minus the time taken to cross the small one. Okay, so it would be T2 minus T1, the total time, and the distance will easily be, look, the distance, it would be, it is the larger one is S2 and the smaller one is S1. So this one would be S2 minus S1. So S2 minus S1. Okay, now we can denote it by del t, and we can denote the s by del s, del, which means change. Okay, so then you can tell that v, or velocity at a certain point, is actually del s by del t. Now look at me, if the distance becomes really small, now we know that in mathematics we use calculus for the smallest of our distance. Okay, when actually the time t is actually tending to 0, it is actually not 0 but really small, which can be tends to 0. Okay, so we can say that limit del t tends to 0, del s by del t. it can be said as d dt of s, like the differentiative value of the distance with respect to time, and it is our term velocity v. Okay, so we get that v is equals to d dt of s, or it is actually a function of time. Okay, the term velocity is actually a function of time. Okay, so now we can easily calculate velocity from these formulas. Like at first we have the small mathematical formula v is equals to s by t, which is really simple, and then to calculate a short distance or with a functional one, we can say that d dt of s is equals to v. So this was the calculation of velocity. Hope you liked my video, and if you like, please do subscribe my channel, like the video, and that's all for today. Let's see you in another video. Goodbye.